Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, the car brochure channel, and today we'll be looking at the Citroën 2CV6. Welcome back. The kittens are a little bit crazy this morning. I don't know why, so you may hear a few noises, a few little kittens running around in this video, so I can only apologise for that. They're very hard to control, as you can imagine. Today we're now into fall, into Canada, and Pedro, I don't know if you've been watching the Pedro series, but Pedro, the Volkswagen Golf, he's going in for his timing belt changed. I was a little bit worried about that. If you don't know, that's a car I got from the auctions, no history, so I thought it'd be safe to get that timing belt changed. Not a job I wanted to do, so it is one that I farmed out. Today, like I say, we're going to be looking at the 2CV6. With these brochures, it's a little bit different, these particular brochures. These were a set of 4 that was produced over the years for Citroën. So we'll be having a look at these, probably in a few different series, I would imagine, because there is quite a few here. This first one, dated February 1984, is the one we're going to be concentrating on today. So let's look at these brochures. So there we go, the Citroën 2CV. Like I said, this is an unusual set of brochures. The first one's called Journey to Planet 2CV6. The Citroën 2CV6, of course, was an air-cooled, front-engine, front-wheel drive car, kind of developed in a similar sort of way that the Volkswagen Beetle was, sort of like a people's car. It was developed for, you know, your French peasant to drive over a farmer's field while carrying a box of eggs without breaking any of the eggs, or so the story is told. Therefore, it had extremely good suspension, long travel, comfortable suspension, but a very low powered engine. It was first introduced in the 1948 Paris Mondial de Automobile and was manufactured all the way up till 1990 with around about 3.8 million sold. So an extremely successful car. And I have to say, it is one of my favourite cars. My first car ever after passing my driving test was a Citroën 2CV6 in blue, and it was a very basic special model. So a car certainly very fond and very close to my heart is the 2CV6. Citroën, of course, is one of my favourite makes, and like I say, the 2CV6 is right up there as one of my favourite cars, even though it's a very basic car with a very low powered engine, but sometimes less is more, isn't it? But anyway, let's have a look at this brochure and see what we can see. Like I said, this is February 1984. My car, incidentally, was a 1982 in this colour, and this is a special, so very, very similar to this particular vehicle. This brochure is also showing the very first prototypes, where they had just a very single headlamp and extremely about the most simple and basic they could possibly make a vehicle, but something very affordable and keep France moving was kind of like the idea. So like I say, a very similar idea to how the Beetle came about. But we'll zoom in on a few of these little bit of shots because they are interesting, featuring Tintin, as these 4 brochures are, and we'll see some of the details in here. So this brochure starts in a very cartoon style. Tintin finds this box saying the enduring 2CV remains one of the last mysteries of the automotive world. He opens it up, but a closer examination will show that the secret of the 2CV6 is the excellence of its original concept, its clever engineering and improvements introduced over the years. First, he finds the dashboard. For instance, the dashboard of the 2CV6 Special may look funny, but it's more than adequate. he then finds a seat. A 2CV may be practical, basic transport, but it's also extremely comfortable. Again, this is due to good engineering and seat design. All models have individual front seats. Finds the headlight. Servicing is speedy and cost saving. Many body panels, even the headlights, can be easily removed by simply unbolting them. Here he finds the door. Doors are removed easily too, but have burst-proof safety locks. A very simple car, like I said, everything was bolt on and bolt off. And it's kind of like promoting that as being a good thing. Here is the car, which, like I said, this is pretty much identical to the car I had. Mine was a 1982 in this colour, and it was the Special, and this is the Special. A 2CV's tall ride gives it the last laugh off the road. Front-wheel drive and high ground clearance mean a 2CV can boldly go where other cars will get solidly stuck. He's got the rear seat now, but he's talking now about the Charleston. The Charleston was the highest spec model. Charleston seats are luxuriously padded, recalling a more gracious age of motoring. This is now the Charleston dashboard, so if you insist on more comprehensive instrumentation, choose a Charleston. So you can see a more sort of regular dashboard, although it's still a very simple machine. And the Charleston came in this sort of two-tone scheme, and it's saying here, above all, a Charleston is unmistakable in its two-tone colour schemes. You could get in this maroon and black colour, although there was a two-tone grey you could get at this time as well. Now we see two fully assembled 2CV Specials. The blue one again, now we've been joined by a red example as well. It starts saying a 2CV takes good care of you, and then again starts talking about the 2CV Special as well. And then a look at the Charleston. You can see this two-tone grey one this time, and the original maroon and black, which looks like they've actually now built. And at the bottom it says simple to fix. It's more fun choosing a 2CV, and then it starts talking about the 2CV Charleston. The Charleston added little luxuries as these like chrome headlamps instead of the body coloured ones, these nice chrome wheel trims, etc., and this two-tone colour scheme. So it wasn't a huge leap ahead of the Special, but made a more characterful vehicle, I guess, for a little bit more money. And on the back page, it's kind of like showing the specification page. So as always, let's have a closer look at that. So the technical specifications, the same on the Special or the Charleston. It was the same engine, a very simple two-cylinder 602cc engine with 29 brake horsepower. Manual gearbox, a very basic gear lever selector that came out the dashboard. A little bit unusual, but once you got used to it, it works really well actually. And then a little bit of information about the brakes, drum brakes, of course. So very simple again, but there weren't much power really anyway. Fuel consumption, as you can see, 41.5 miles per gallon. Constant 56, that was 52.3. So a very economical car. A maximum speed of only 71.5 miles per hour. And believe me, that 71.5 miles per hour, it took a long time to get to that speed. And also, it was on a flat road or maybe even a slight downhill. If you're going uphill, you got nowhere near that sort of speed. And it's showing 0 to 62 not available. You can imagine that was a hard figure to get because it was so slow. Now if we look at the equipment specification, this is where the two models differed in very minor things. Like you see on the Charleston, you got a low battery charge warning light, which you didn't on the Special. Rear seat belts was an optional extra on whichever model you got. And your Charleston got ashtray at the front and a courtesy mirror beneath the front sun visor. Also, the front sun visors, you only got one for the driver on the Special. You got such luxuries as one for the passenger as well. And an interior courtesy light was also on the list of Charleston equipment. Now, there's also something called the enlarged boot opening, which was simply a large box that fitted on the back. Looked a little bit unusual, but increased your luggage capacity. So I hope you enjoyed the journey to Planet 2CV6. Like I said, the next episode we're going to look at that further adventures of the 2CV6. So we'll have a look at that, again featuring Tintin, as all these 4 brochures do. And like I say, I particularly like the 2CV6, so I do like these brochures. They're just a little bit different and a clever little bit of marketing, as they do have fun facts in there as well. But for now, we'll say take care and goodbye.